Hulkamania was never supposed to fade. For decades, Hulk Hogan stood as one of the most recognizable faces in entertainment, a symbol of power, charisma, and unstoppable energy. He wasn't just a wrestler. He was a cultural icon who inspired millions to believe in strength, confidence, and resilience. From sold-out arenas to global television screens, his presence felt larger than life. But behind the roaring crowds and the bright lights, there was a reality far more complicated than anyone could have imagined. In what would later become one of his most revealing and emotional interviews, featured in the Hulk Hogan Real American docuseries, Hogan opened up about a hidden struggle that had quietly taken over his life. It wasn't an opponent in the ring or a rival from his past. It was something far more dangerous, something that couldn't be body slammed or defeated with strength alone. It was addiction, fueled by one of the most powerful substances known in modern medicine, fentanyl. Hogan described his experience with startling honesty. He spoke about using fentanyl in ways that shocked even those familiar with the drug's potency. He revealed that he would place fentanyl under his gums, wear multiple high-dose patches on his body, and consume fentanyl lollipops that were originally prescribed to manage his intense chronic pain. Years of wrestling had left his body battered. Multiple surgeries, injuries, and constant physical strain had created a level of pain that was almost impossible to ignore. For him, medication wasn't just an option, it felt like a necessity. But fentanyl is not a typical painkiller. It is estimated to be around 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine. Even the smallest misuse can have devastating consequences. When Hogan described the quantities he had been using, it raised immediate concern. According to him, even pharmacists were stunned. One reportedly told him that the amount he was taking was so extreme that they had never seen anything like it before, and that he should not have survived it. This revelation paints a disturbing picture, one that forces us to confront a difficult truth about prescription medication. While these substances are often given with the intention of helping patients manage pain, they can also lead to dependency, especially when used over long periods or in high doses. In Hogan's case, what may have started as legitimate medical treatment slowly turned into something much more dangerous. The line between relief and reliance can blur quickly. What begins as a solution can become a trap. For Hogan, the physical pain he was trying to escape gradually evolved into a cycle of dependency that affected not just his body, but his mind as well. And as his use continued, it began to take a deeper toll on his overall health. At one of the darkest points in his life, Hogan revealed a moment that shocked fans around the world. After a period of heavy substance use combined with alcohol, he found himself in a place of overwhelming despair. He described sitting alone in his bathroom, holding a gun in his mouth, consumed by a sense of hopelessness. It was a moment that stripped away the image of the invincible superstar and revealed a man struggling to hold on. This moment is incredibly important because it highlights something that is often overlooked. Fame, success, and public admiration do not shield anyone from mental health struggles. Behind the image of strength can exist vulnerability, pain, and deep emotional conflict. Hogan's story serves as a powerful reminder that even those who seem unbreakable can face battles that are invisible to the outside world. When Hogan passed away in July, the official cause of death was ruled to be a heart attack. There was no indication that he died from a fentanyl overdose. However, the conversation did not end there. Medical experts have long discussed how prolonged use of powerful opioids can place significant stress on the body, including the cardiovascular system. Over time, the strain caused by such substances can contribute to serious health complications. While fentanyl may not have been identified as the direct cause of his death, it was undeniably a part of his life story. It played a role in shaping his later years, influencing both his physical health and emotional well-being. His journey serves as a cautionary tale about the risks associated with long-term opioid use and the importance of monitoring and managing such treatments carefully. Hogan's life was filled with incredible highs and devastating lows. He achieved levels of fame that few ever reach, yet he also faced struggles that many people can relate to on a deeply personal level. His story is not just about wrestling or entertainment. It is about pain, resilience, vulnerability, and the complex realities of being human. As one chapter closes, another story emerges, one that offers a very different perspective, yet carries an equally powerful message. It is the story of Elizabeth Smart, a name that once became synonymous with tragedy, but has since become a symbol of strength and transformation. Elizabeth Smart's life changed forever when she was just 14 years old. She was kidnapped from her home in Utah and held captive for 9 months, enduring an experience that shocked the world. For many, such trauma would leave lasting scars that are difficult to overcome. But Elizabeth's journey did not end with her rescue. In many ways, it was only the beginning. Now, at the age of 38, Elizabeth has taken a step that few could have predicted. She has entered the world of bodybuilding, a sport that demands not only physical strength, but also mental discipline and unwavering commitment. Recently, she shared a photo of herself on stage, confidently posing in a bikini during a competition. The image surprised many, but it also inspired countless others. This was not her first competition. It was her fourth, and this time, she achieved a remarkable milestone by winning first place in the novice category. The victory was significant, not just because of the title, but because of what it represented. For Elizabeth, bodybuilding was not about appearance or recognition. It was about reclaiming her body and celebrating everything it had endured. For a long time, she kept this part of her life private. She feared judgment and worried about how people might perceive her. When someone is widely known for a traumatic experience, it can be difficult to step outside that identity. People often expect them to remain defined by their past. But Elizabeth chose a different path. She realized that her story did not have to be limited to what happened to her. She could create a new narrative, one that focused on strength, growth, and self-discovery. Bodybuilding became a way for her to reconnect with herself, to push her limits, and to honor the resilience that had carried her through her darkest moments. Her journey is a powerful example of what it means to heal. Healing is not about forgetting the past or pretending it never happened. It is about finding ways to move forward, to build something new, and to rediscover a sense of purpose. For Elizabeth, stepping onto that stage was more than just a competition. It was a declaration of strength and independence. This is not the first time she has challenged herself in unexpected ways. In 2017, she took on the role of producer for a Lifetime movie that told the story of her kidnapping. It was a bold decision that allowed her to take control of how her story was shared with the world. Later, she stepped even further outside her comfort zone by appearing on The Masked Dancer, showing a completely different side of herself. Each of these experiences reflects her determination to grow and evolve. She has refused to be defined solely by her past, choosing instead to embrace new opportunities and challenges. When she speaks about her journey, she often describes it as surreal, a reflection of how far she has come and how much she has achieved. The contrast between these two stories is striking. On one side, there is the life of a legendary figure like Hulk Hogan, whose struggles with pain and addiction reveal the darker side of fame and physical toll. On the other side, there is the journey of Elizabeth Smart, whose resilience and determination highlight the possibility of transformation and renewal. Despite their differences, both stories share a common thread. They remind us that life is complex and often unpredictable. Behind every public figure is a personal story filled with challenges, emotions, and experiences that we may never fully understand. They also remind us that strength can take many forms. It can be the ability to endure pain, to confront inner demons, or to rebuild oneself after trauma. Hogan's story encourages us to take a closer look at how we approach pain management and mental health. It raises important questions about the use of powerful medications and the need for support systems that go beyond physical treatment. His life serves as a reminder that asking for help and addressing underlying issues is crucial. Elizabeth's story, on the other hand, offers hope. It shows that even after experiencing unimaginable hardship, it is possible to find new meaning and purpose. It demonstrates that healing is a journey, one that requires courage, patience, and a willingness to step into the unknown together. These stories create a powerful narrative about the human experience. They show us the highs and lows, the struggles and triumphs, the moments of despair and the moments of victory. They remind us that no one's life is perfect and that every individual faces their own battles. In the end, what matters most is how those battles are faced, whether it is confronting addiction, overcoming trauma, or finding new ways to move forward. Each step taken is a testament to the strength of the human spirit. These stories end.